What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Don G, and this is the Coliseum Sports Show where I call them as I see them. And today we have a matchup, a Thursday night game between the Giants going down to face the San Francisco 49ers at Levi Stadium. Now that in itself is going to be a tough task, and that's the reason why I started this video off that way, because the San Francisco 49ers are undefeated and they are playing at home. Now, the San Francisco 49ers are 2-0 and the Giants are 1-0. But the Giants are coming out of a division, the NFC East, where 3 teams made it to the playoffs last year. And the Giants got a win in the playoffs last year against the Vikings. They knocked the Vikings off. So they know how to pick it up when they have to. And like I say all the time, a good run game travels and a good defense travels, okay? So let's just go over some stats right now, and I'll go ahead and give you my conclusion at the end of this video, okay? So ESPN, when I first looked up this match, they say the 49ers have a 80% chance of winning, okay? Daniel Jones right now has 425 yards passing with 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. That's not to count his rushing yards. I think he has a decent amount of rushing yards. He should have like over 100 rushing yards alone. Saquon Barkley, and this is an asterisk around by his name because he might not, to my knowledge, he shouldn't be playing. I thought he was going to be out this game, but it looks like he's not a part of the injury report, so he could be playing. So Saquon Barkley is right now 114 yards on 29 carries, 1 touchdown, and Waller's their leading receiver with 9 catches for 112 yards receiving. Let's go over the people that are going to be out for the Giants. It's going to be Andrew Thomas. That is their offensive tackle. I believe he's their all-pro or their Pro Bowl tackle. Azeez Ojulari, that's their linebacker. He is out. And Ben Bendenson, that's their guard. He's out. So he's going to be down about almost half of his starting line, and they're going to have a linebacker out. We're going to go over some of their yards allowed and, what they rank, I believe. Well, not even what they rank, just what they're doing on the field, okay, shortly. Now, like I said, they are coming off of a win against Arizona, 31-28, where they came from a huge deficit. I believe they were down about 20 points and they came back. So they fought, man, but it was not ugly. A lot of people got hurt, including Saquon Barkley. And Saquon was not able to finish the game, but they did finish that game strong, pulling out the win. And now let's move on to San Francisco. The San Francisco 49ers, Brock Purdy, his stats, he has 426 yards with 2 touchdowns. Now, from what everybody was saying, I thought he was lighting people up. I thought he was scoring left and right, doing what he wanted against defenses, running, sliding, throwing sideways, the way people kind of talk about him. But I understand the offense helps him out, and he makes very good decisions. So I believe his completion percentage is in the upper 60s or low 70s, something like that. He's up there. So he has 2 touchdowns though. Christian McCaffrey, he has 268 yards on 42 carries for 2 touchdowns. That's pretty good. That's like 130 yards per game. I can't be mad at that. As a running back, he toting that thing. What that tells me is he's going to get his yards. That's like a big part of the offense. Even though they don't have a lot of touchdowns, he doing the thing. And the receiving leader is Brandon Ayuk with 172 yards on 11 catches with 2 touchdowns. And I believe that's the 2 touchdowns from Purdy. He's their main target. Now, Brandon Ayuk actually might be out this game. Or he was limited in practice. He's going to play, I believe. He just had a shoulder injury in their last game, which they were able to barely pull it out against the Rams, 30-23. Now, one thing I have to chunk it up to is they're kind of rivals, so it's going to be a tough game. So I don't really look at that score too much. It could be a telltale. We'll see further down the line if that's like a trend. But they pulled out the win, and Brandon Ayuk actually hurt his shoulder in that game. But they won. The only person that I see that is out for the 49ers is Aubrey Thomas, and that's one of their cornerbacks. One thing that I must point out, and that's why I was going to go with the stats or the yardage that they're giving up. This is kind of give you a telltale what's happening on the field. They have a cornerback out, right? and they are actually worse than the Giants at giving up passing yards, okay? They're giving up 269 yards through the air through 2 weeks, okay? And the Giants only have allowed, I think, 185 yards. I think that's per game. Might be per game what that is, okay? Because I believe Dak Prescott had, actually Dak Prescott didn't have, yeah. Dak Prescott alone, I think, had like 100 and something. So I believe that's only per game, like 185 per game. But they're averaging San Francisco, if this is correct, 269 yards a game. And you're down a cornerback. I'm not sure if he's a starter or not, but he was on the injury report and he's going to be out. So look for that to affect the game if Daniel Jones, as my boy Law would say, is going to actually look to pass the football, okay? Because I don't think they're going to run the ball that well. If it is, it's going to be through Daniel Jones. He's going to be the one running the ball. And he's going to be effective, that is. Because the one thing that the 49ers are good at, even dating to last year, is against the rush. So they only average or allow 65 yards a game. That's real. So if I were them, I would try to get Waller involved a little bit, try to open up the passing game and help out Daniel Jones a little bit. Definitely get Daniel Jones running. It's going to be all on Daniel Jones' shoulder if they're going to have a chance to beat these 49ers. The 49ers are efficient. So if Daniel Jones turns over the ball a lot, the game's going to be over with. They're efficient. They're going to go down there, kick the field goals. They're going to go down there, punch it in. They're going to get the job done one way or another. They're going to move. From what these yards say, they're going to get the ball down the field one way or another. And if you give them the ball, you're only helping out their cause. So you don't want to get behind on them because they can run the ball. If you're behind and they can just run the ball, you're feeding into what they do strength-wise. So, yeah, man. My pick for tonight is going to be the 49ers. They should be able to beat the Giants. But one thing I will, even though I cannot stand either one of these teams, I can't stand either one of these teams. I actually wish the Giants can beat the 49ers, actually. But I just think that's a long shot. But the only way that they can do it is if Daniel Jones has another historical night and not get behind. Because if he gets behind this ain't Arizona. If he gets behind this defense, it's a wrap for them. So he needs to stay in the game. If not, go down and score immediately and put pressure on them so 49ers cannot run the ball. Because if the 49ers get in their bag and they're able to do the quick screens, they're able to run the ball, it's going to be a long night for them. They're down. The 49ers are down. Their top receiver is injured, and they're down a cornerback. So take advantage of that. They're going to want to run the ball today. So make it so they can't run the ball. But, like I said, if the Giants don't score the football, if they don't handle business, if they don't move the football, I say the first drive. Man, the first drive. If they're not in it by the half and they're not scoring the first couple drives, man, it's a long night because San Francisco's going to run the ball. That's what they want to do until Brandon Ayuk is at 100%. I could be wrong. He could be 100% right now. I'm not at their practices. I'm not a super fan, so I don't know everything there is to know about the 49ers. But if everything is correct from what I've heard, he is limited. So take advantage of that. They want to run it. Stop him from running the ball. It's going to be a little bit hard missing Azeez Ojulari, your linebacker. But you're going to have to get the job done, Daniel Jones. They paid you all that money. Make it happen. This is the Coliseum Sports Show with your boy Don G, and I'll call him as I see him. And right now I'm calling the 49ers to handle business. It should be one of those games that you're able to, easily win, honestly. It shouldn't be that hard. If you do what you're supposed to do, run the ball, don't get behind, and stay in the game, you guys are going to win. You have the formula. Good run defense, good defense period, and a good running game. I call it as I see them, and that's how I see it, baby. I'll see you guys, and hopefully you enjoyed the game tonight. Take it easy.